welcome to the Astro Forecast for the week of December 11th through to the 17th. We are moving into the middle of December, and what a week it is. It is a powerful week. We are ending off the year strong, y'all, in the astrology. So we start off the week in a fourth quarter moon phase with the moon in Scorpio. That is setting the tone, y'all. So this is a time of no energy. This is a time of letting go, of kind of understanding what has been, what are we wanting to create, because there's a brilliant new moon in Sagittarius this week. And so we are wanting to really, as the Monday starts, we're probably not going to have a lot of energy. Everyone's probably hanging on for Christmas break. And then we still have another week because the way things all work out. And so with this, Monday, December 11th, we have Mercury sextile to Venus. So Mercury sextile to Venus is a harmonious aspect for communication, for creative expression, for relationships going really well. This is a good time for negotiations, for mediation. So having conversations where we're trying to bring about truth and understanding. This is not a good time for investments. We are on the cusp of a Mercury retrograde. So, you might have a negotiation about something, but I would say if you can hold off on purchasing it till mid-January, that would be a good idea. But life happens. So just really making sure you're reading the fine print and understanding what things mean, and maybe even having a lawyer look out over it too. So this is harmonious communication and creative expression. This alignment encourages pleasant conversations, artistic collaborations, and finding beauty in verbal exchanges. So this is a wonderful, aspect for again, communication and having conversations with people, with collaborations and creativity, and how you can bring about, sincere win-win situations with other people. And then on Tuesday, December 11th, we have the big new moon in Sagittarius. This is one of my favorite moons, y'all, because number one, my moon is in Sagittarius, but it is optimism, expansion, good luck. It's about looking at the opportunities and the possibilities that 2024 can bring, but also what seeds are you planting now for adventure, for being creative, for just allowing yourself to learn and be a student of the universe, right? And so this new moon is happening at 4:32 p.m. Mountain Standard Time at 20 degrees of Sagittarius. And this is going to bring up this is a new moon. Yeah. So this new moon is going to bring up ways in us where we are not really following our adventurous self, where we are not fulfilling our purpose and our mission. This is a period of time of setting expansive intentions, seeking adventure, embracing new opportunities. And the sun, moon, and Mars are in Sagittarius at kind of conjunct at this time. So this Sagittarius energy is really, with Mars, is bringing us bold, go for it, growth, new beginnings. Like we want to create something that feels adventurous and lovely. And there's a square to Neptune. And this square to Neptune is making things murky. And the next day, Mercury goes retrograde. So it's not a time now to make bold claims and, plan your trips and buy all the, the airline tickets, right? Things are not going to go well if you buy tickets now, because it will be changing. This is not, you don't have all the information. The square to Neptune is saying, you don't have all the information, and it's a time to be in observation. It's more of a passive sign, not an active sign. But Sagittarius is an active sign. It wants to do things. So this square to Neptune is going to feel like, God, I just don't have all the resources. I don't have all the information. You can feel frustrated or confused that you're not, you're getting all these green lights, from this part of your soul, but then you can't make it happen into the world. I'll give you an example. I have a client who is in one of my memberships, and she was convinced that she was, it's time now to move into a new period of her life, move to a new city. But in that move, things didn't go the way she had planned. And I don't think there was a whole lot of plans around it. She didn't go with sort of a place to live or a job in hand. She just trusted that she was getting this nudge. But when she looks back on the experience now, she learned a lot of beautiful nuggets, right? She should have had more, and we're not trying to should over anybody, but it was more this like, new criteria for the next time we try this adventure. We will have a place to live, we will have a job secured, we will have money, and we will have all the things that help us feel safe and secure, knowing this is the right time. Because when all of those things come into alignment, it's time to move, right? So sometimes we might feel like it's time to jump and burn the bridges and all that kind of stuff, and I'm about safety. I am about safety and security and doing things with a plan. And when everything lines up in that plan, it's good. It's good to go, right? You're not trying to push something to make it happen. You know it's on alignment, because how could you could not have orchestrated a better, path forward. So this Neptune is saying, we're not pushing, we're not trying to make something happen, even though the Sagittarius energy is like, I want this now. It can be very impatient. But this square to Neptune is saying, not now, not now. But you could get some downloads. So this is not a great time to make a vision board, right? And that's why I kind of have my vision board workshop um sort of later. I mean, I do have one on the 16th of December. So if you want to make a vision board with me, this will be a time to really channel, what is coming up, because this Neptune square is bringing up a lot of intuition, a lot of internal, callings from your soul, intuitive downloads. And it can be a time to make sure that whatever you put on your vision board gets to stay fluid. It gets to move, it gets to change. Your vision board isn't set in stone. I'm just pointing to my vision board over there. It's not set in stone. It gets to move. If something on your vision board no longer feels aligned, you can just change it. You can cut it off. You can glue over it. I like to put post-it notes to give more meanings to, or more interpretations to what's on the board. Because for me, when things shift throughout the year, I like to document the learnings, right? It's part of our evolution. What I wanted for myself 5 years ago, I either have or I don't want anymore. So it's interesting, right? That you're allowed to change. So, and the next full moon in Sagittarius is May 23rd, 2024. So write any intention you're setting for yourself to be adventurous, to start something new, to follow your purpose and passion and your mission in life, or to learn something new. I think I said learn something new, go on an adventure, travel, that kind of thing. Those are all Sagittarian type of themes. Put it on your calendar for May 23rd, 2024, and see how far you've come in your attention, because that is a full cycle then, from the new moon to the full moon. Now on Wednesday, December 12th, we have Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde in earth signs, I feel, as a Virgo, Mercury rules me, and I'm an earth sign, and so that it feels turbulent. And if you've been following my story on Instagram, you'll know it's been turbulent leading on to this. I can feel when I am very sensitive, and being my Mercury is in Virgo as well. My sun is in Virgo, my midheaven's in Virgo. So there's a lot of this mercurial energy that comes into my being. And when it starts to slow down, I really feel it. And I'm still going fast, you know what I mean? And so, that Sagittarius moon wants to go fast for me. So with this Mercury retrograde on December 12th, the shadow had already started as of November 25th. So everything that you were doing from November 25th to December 12th, you will redo, reevaluate, review, reassess, realign when Mercury goes direct on January 1st. So there's still a post retrograde period where we are going to be going over these same degrees now with new awareness from January 1st to January 21st. So that's why I said, now's not a time to book travel, or to book pay for anything big, make big purchases, make any big decisions, have deep conversations where you're trying to get a specific outcome, because you're going to learn why you're not getting that outcome, and there's going to be some lessons in it just yet. So, and if you were born with Mercury retrograde, this is home. Do all the things, be yourself. This is exactly the way you're designed to work. So do all the things. But traveling during a Mercury retrograde, Mercury rules travel, and Mercury will make things like slow things down. So pack extra patience, pack an extra book, print out your itinerary. Do not rely on your technology, because batteries can just kind of run out really quickly when Mercury's retrograde. Technology can go a little haywire as well, because that's slowing down communication. So that's important, right? Don't sign any major documents. Don't try, if you are going to have, if you do have to travel and you do have to sign documents, watch the details, pack extra patience, and prepare for it to go long for both. So this Mercury retrograde is interesting because it's started to kind of usher in new Mercury retrogrades for next year. So in this year, Mercury was retrograde in earth signs. Next year, it will retrograde in fire signs. So we're starting off the year, or starting off this Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, and Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. So that is a sign that is a kind of big CEO energy, right? It wants to be the master of, authoritarian. It's going to hold space for others. It's going to be in power. It's the way that we are living our purpose in the world, and in a way that commands authority, right? So power and control are inherently parts of our life, right? It is. And whether you hate the word power and control or you love the word power and control, like, what's your relationship with it? Mercury is going to bring that up during this time. So Capricorn can also be the patriarchy. It can be governments. It can be dad. It can be all of the ways the authority figures in your life come up for you. And your relationship with that Mercury is going to really come to bear during this time. So, and Mercury going into Capricorn, even at the beginning of this month, was really bringing up for people. Like, I'm in an AI conference that was on December 1st and 2nd, and this whole thing of power and control, and AI having power and control, and that was really controversial. But really, you're the oracle, right? You're the oracle, you're the genius, you're the one that has the gifts, and then you get to use these tools. Just like social media is a tool, or your computer is a tool, so is AI. It's a tool for you. Now, AI learns from every interaction, so there is a school of thought that the more we teach AI, the more dangerous it gets. But what if we're teaching AI to be really loving and of service, and that, as humans, we are good people and we want to help people, right? Then isn't that good? Like, what are we teaching AI? To be kind, right? I mean, AI is never going to replace me being a psychic medium, right? I mean, it could as an astrologer, I suppose. You put all the information, but it still requires an element of intuition. So it's very interesting, that whole power and control thing. It's already coming up when Mercury went into Capricorn in November, and it's gonna come up front and center here. And then as of December 23rd, Mercury will retrograde back into Sagittarius. So that Sagittarius energy then will be that, what's the spark, what's the mission that's driving you to this self-mastery piece, right? What is the information that you are elevating that's bringing you into mastery? Because we need Sagittarius to learn all the things, to then share that out into the world, Capricorn, right? We need to learn, we need to have the proper certifications and the proper credentials to then help people in a way that is unique to us, right? Our own self-mastery, which is Capricorn. So this Mercury retrograde is going to really bring to the surface, number one, what are your previously laid plans, especially regarding career, responsibility, and philosophical beliefs. While retrograde in Capricorn initially, it's going to prompt us to review practical strategies and goals, encouraging a meticulous approach to decision making and communication in professional matters. And then when it transitions back into Sagittarius, it's going to emphasize the need to reconsider higher knowledge. Whose knowledge are we considering to hold in high esteem? Perspectives, beliefs, and urging a re-evaluation of broader visions and a more open-minded exploration of beliefs. Like, whose beliefs are this? Who said you can't do things this way? And this shift advises patience, careful consideration, and flexibility in thought processes, allowing for introspection and refining of long-term plans before moving forward. So if you're creating a vision board at this time, or you're kind of creating plans for 2024, allow for that to change, because it's gonna change. So don't hold fast to it, or think something's wrong with you, or you didn't make good plans, or the flight gets canceled. It's all an opportunity, right? So have that mindset. What is the possibilities now? What is this bringing in? This is a gift in some way. Can I see it? And if I can't, can I hold space that the gift will show itself in time? This is a gift. If I can't see it, can I hold space for it to show itself as a gift in time? It's important. So, and then Saturday, December 16th, we have the Sun square to Neptune. So this was already in play in the new moon in Sagittarius. And now this Sun square to Neptune is exact on this day, but it's going to play out. It's going to play out the whole week, and it's going to play out the next week. And this Sun square to Neptune makes things really murky. It's kind of, now not only do we have Mercury retrograde, right? It is also this feeling of we don't know what's true, right? So this can be gossip, this can be propaganda, this can be, people telling you things and you're like, and then they go back on it, or you don't know what plans are going to be. No one will commit to anything, right? So wishy-washy. It's one that, as a Virgo, and if you are an earth sign or a Gemini, you don't like murky, right? We want details. Actually, air signs also need details. So the Sun square Neptune aspect may bring confusion and uncertainty, clouding clarity and undermining confidence. It's crucial to discern between reality and illusion. So not a time to make big financial changes, not a time to make big decisions, not a time to make relationship changes. This is a time to be in observation. This is a time to be quiet. This is a time to be receptive and observe, okay? Avoid making major decisions based solely on intuition or unclear information. So even intuition is not really reliable at this time, because we might be kind of, Neptune can also be therapy and healing, and it's compassion and kindness and love and empathy and one love and all the connection things. And that can sometimes cloud us as well to making decisions that really are in our highest good. So use this time for introspection, spiritual practices, refining creative pursuits. Seek clarity by considering both practical and intuition. So discernment is needed big time with this, discernment, okay? And really become aware of confusion, deceit, anything that feels cautionary. Just take your time. Now is not the time to make any big decisions, and definitely not a time to make travel plans or long-term planning. There's just not enough clarity for that. So this is a wonderful time to be, like I said, in reception, to just be in observation mode and see what you can kind of observe in, and not try to make it mean anything or have any judgments around it. Just kind of staying in curiosity, because what's coming, like next week, is going to be some things that are going to help you get some more clarity. But really what I'll say is more clarity will come in January. So I do have a vision board workshop on January 20th, which I think is going to be jam-packed with everybody in there trying to okay, I'm ready for the visions. I'm ready to get going on my New Year's resolutions, or whatever it is that you want to kind of create for yourself at that time. And that is okay. This Mercury retrograde going direct on January 1st is not going to create an energy for us where we're raring to go, yay for the new year. We might be like, what I learn, right? You're kind of moving through the lessons of Mercury retrograde. Next year's New Year's going to be a little bit different, where that Mercury is not retrograde, but Mars is. So that's going to change our passion and our desire and our motivation. But that is for another time. So everything happens for an opportunity. And starting off the year with a Mercury retrograde or direct is going to change our focus for 2024, but that will come in subsequent astro forecasts. And I also have a workshop for 2024 aspects for the year ahead, so you can sort of understand what's the energy is going to bring, what are the dates that are going to be super important. Of course, I'll touch on them in the astro forecast, but in the workshop, the 2-hour workshop in January that I'm going to run on this specifically, we'll go into greater detail in the themes for 2024. So if you'd like to join me, stay tuned for that. That is, we're kind of fixing up the link and the information on that as I speak to you, and we will have that link ready as soon as it's ready. So wishing you a wonderful week ahead. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate you, and for using this information for your highest and best, helping the people in your life, or maybe just even noticing. I got a message from someone on Instagram, and she said everyone in my work was saying they were so tired, and it was right at a full moon, and she said I knew exactly why, because it was the full moon the night before, before, which you had sort of touched on, that people might be very restless because of the energies with it. And it was so cool for me to know exactly why they felt like that. She said I didn't necessarily share that, but in my heart, I was like, that's so cool that I know this. I know why. It's almost like the secret society, right? The secret language. And it doesn't have to be secret. That's why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing this, right? It's like I want to decode this information so you can use this energy and understand that you are a multidimensional being living in this planet, and this energy that's coming in. You're an energetic being having this human experience. So this energy is affecting you. And so if you don't know it, how can you put words on it? So hopefully it helps you to put some words to some things that you're feeling, and put some words to things that other people might be experiencing, and you're being in the observation of it, and it helps you to navigate this very uncertain life with a little bit more certainty. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Have a great week. Bye.